Hey everyone, Captain Dave here, Salty Hoosiers YouTube channel. Want to thank you for tuning in and watching today. Today's video is a little different format. As you can see, I'm sitting down here in the cabin of our Sea Ray 320, and I want to talk about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart. Um, the one thing that I've noticed since moving down here to the Florida area and the Tampa Bay area is seeing absolutely gorgeous boats that are not getting the attention they deserve. And it just, it, I mean, it kind of breaks my heart because there are some beautiful boats down here. And some folks usually, I mean, they either buy them and just don't understand what they're getting into, or life happens anyway. They stop getting the attention they deserve, and you just they just get neglected, and it's a shame. So what I want to talk to you today about is the often overlooked value of a yacht management service company. um, it doesn't matter whether you own a bay boat, center console, whether you got a full-blown motor yacht or even a mega yacht. It may make sense at some point to have somebody that's a professional just look over the boat. Just come by once a week, once every 2 weeks, and just take a look at it. So, um, you've heard the old saying that boat means bust out another thousand. Today's world, it could be thousands with an S, and that's not good. So, boats aren't cheap. I mean, heck, it's not uncommon to see a pontoon now that's over 100,000, and that's $100,000. That's more than my wife and I paid for our first house. So, um, you get an investment like that, you want to protect it. Today, we're going to talk about how to do that and whether a yacht management service company makes sense or not. So, let's get into it. So, yacht management sounds fancy, right? And it's not. Um, all a yacht management service is someone that's a professional that's going to structure and develop a plan to take care of your boat. Okay. Um, the plan's going to prevent problems. It's going to extend your life of your vessel. It keeps everything ready for those days when you want to hit the water and go enjoy it and not have anything else to worry about. People often assume that yacht management is only for like the big boats. And a lot of times it is, but it can make sense for someone that has a 30-foot center console to have a yacht management company take care of their boat. Um, any boat that's got electrical systems, if it's got, it's going to have bilge pumps, it's going to have engines, hoses, all that stuff that needs consistent attention, not constant, but consistent attention. And a professional yacht management company is going to do things. First of all, they're going to sit down with you and they're going to develop a plan. They're going to say, okay, here's your boat. What do you want to do with it? What's your use for it mainly? How many times a year are you going to use it? Um, are you using it for clients? Are you using it for guests? Is it just family? Are you day boating? Are you going 30 miles offshore fishing? They're going to take all that into account, and they're going to help you develop a plan. Okay. They're going to look over the systems on the boat. They're going to they're going to see exactly what brand systems you have, and they're going to develop a plan to help you maintain those systems. They're going to do routine maintenance for you. Okay. It usually is not included in the base service, but if you want them to, they're going to do the oil changes for you. They're going to change out impellers. If it's a gas motor, they'll do the distributors or the coil packs, and they'll change the spark plugs and the wires and stuff for you. They're going to look at the bilge pumps and the raw water pumps. They're going to make sure those are working properly. We're going to make sure the battery and the charging system's working right, right? If you've got a battery tender, they're going to make sure it's charging the batteries. Um, they're going to come by and they're going to, at least every other week, they're going to come by, look at the boat, make sure it's tied up. They're going to make sure, that your fenders are okay. You're not going to get a case of dock rash, if a storm comes rolling through. Because down here, I mean, in Florida, the weather can change on a dime. And you got to be prepared for that kind of stuff. But as things sit, especially in marinas, boats coming in and out causing wakes, fenders will shift, lines will stretch, sometimes lines break. It just happens. They're going to do fuel checks, right? They're going to make sure, that the engine runs, the fuel's good. They're going to make sure you got enough fuel. Um, they're going to do all that for you. They're going to look at the corrosion control, the bonding system on the boat, right? They're going to look at your through holes. They're going to look at everything, make sure it's all bonded and nothing's broke. A bonding wire breaks off of a through hole, and down here in this environment, it can take literally just weeks for it to just completely corrode away. Um, they'll help you with trip preparation, right, and cleaning. Um, a good professional service is at least once a month going to rinse down the boat for you. They'll help you with trip preparation. Let's say you want to take the boat from, you're in St. Pete, Apollo Beach, wherever. And let's say you want to go take a weekend to down to Sarasota. That yacht manager is going to help you plan the trip. He's going to say, okay, this is where you need to go. He's going to check the weather for you. He's going to make sure, okay, yeah, you want to leave on Friday? Yep, it's going to be good. Seas, the winds are going to be out of the south at, 5 knots, and the waves are, going to be 1.5 feet, and they're going to be 10 seconds apart, or whatever the case may be. It's going to help you with vendor coordination, right? Because a yacht manager is not a mechanic. Usually there's somebody that knows a lot about boats and can do the basic stuff and some of the, more advanced stuff. But most of them are not mechanics. They're not going to be able to, tear into an engine. They're not going to be able to do, if a, AC, if the AC fails, they're probably not AC techs, right? But they know somebody, and or they're going to be able to coordinate with that person and oversee making sure the job gets done, so it gets done properly, on time, and at a fair price, right? In short, it's a yacht management company helps keep your vessel safe, helps keep it reliable and ready to go when you're ready to go. So all you got to do is jump on the boat, cast the lines off, and go have fun. All right, we talked about what a yacht management service company does, or a yacht manager does, um, things they'll do for you, that kind of stuff. Um, let's talk about the reality of being a boat owner, especially here in Florida on the Gulf Coast. Um, well, anywhere for that matter. But the bottom line is boats don't like to be ignored, period, especially if they're in salt water like we are down here in Florida. Salt water is relentless. It will absolutely just eat away at a boat. And if you're not on top of it, taking care of it, it's going to eat away at yours. Okay. The electronics are going to corrode. The salt water is going to get on the hull and dull the gel coat. The upholstery is going to get just destroyed in the sun. Um, Batteries are going to drain. Bilge pumps, raw water pumps, they're just going to quit working because they don't give you, they either work or they don't. They don't give you any warning that they're going out. Fuel. Fuel down here will degrade very quickly if you're not using the boat. In a gas boat, it's going to attract moisture because we've got all the humidity down here. And so if you're not treating your fuel, or you're using an ethanol fuel and you don't put something like Stay-Bill in it, it's going to get contaminated. It's going to mess up. You're going to have water in your system. It's going to mess up the filters, and then the boat's not going to run right. If it's a diesel, down once again, diesel fuel, if you don't know, can grow algae. And down here with the heat and everything, it can grow really, really quick. So you got to make sure you're treating the fuel, or you're getting a good fuel that's got an algicide in it. If you're fueling up at a dock, or you're getting fuel from a truck that comes to your house and fuels up your boat, you're usually getting something that's got some algicide in it. But you got to polish the tanks. You got to make sure your ray cores are clean, because if you don't, I mean, if it once it gets started, it's a battle to get rid of. Okay. Um, so you want to make sure the fuel, all that good stuff. Um, I mean, come on. We buy boats because we want to have fun with them, right? We want to go places. We want to go do things that other people just don't do. We want to go out to Egmont Key. We want to go to Shell Key. We want to be able to take the grandkids. We want to be able to take clients with us. And nothing's worse than you show up to take people out on the boat and it won't start. All right, so we talked about, you know, what a yacht management company does, what a lot of the services they're going to provide. I want to dig a little deeper into that, um, because I think it really shows what kind of value you get for your money. Um, Preventative maintenance is just the heart of caring for your vessel. It's about acting before the boat forces you to, right? Um, and that means doing a lot of preventive maintenance. That means impellers, right? Impellers are good for a year, 100 hours, 200 hours, maybe. You're probably pushing it at 200 hours. If you get into some mucky, you get close to the bottom and you start sucking up a lot of mud and silt and sand, you could wear out an impeller in minutes, right? If your boat, if you got a outboard and you start it without the engine being down in the water where it can pick up water, you can destroy a impeller in seconds. Okay. Um, Fuel systems, we already talked about that. AC units, right? Most AC units bring water in, run it through, and chill the water. The evaporator core chills it, and you air condition the boat. Well, that raw water pump, it's got a sea strainer on it. If it gets clogged, the pump will burn out because it's not drawing any water. You can burn your AC system out. You got to take care of that stuff. Electrical connections, um, batteries, charging. Most batteries. Most most of the time, expensive repairs on a boat happen because something small was missed. Okay. All right. So then next, we talked about what kind of services they're going to do. Um, Now I want to talk about system checks. Okay. Either on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis. If This is where a yacht manager comes in, especially if you don't have your boat in front of you, you're not around it all the time, um, or you just don't have time. Now, during a systems check, a good yacht manager is going to look at this. He's going to look at the bilge condition. He's going to see is there water in the bilge? If there's water in the bilge, is there fuel in the bilge? Is there oil in the bilge? Um, he's going to look at pump. He's going to check the pumps. He's going to manually check your bilge pumps, all of them, and make sure they're all working. He's going to test the battery voltage. He's going to be looking for signs of water intrusion. Okay. Are there rust spots on the inside of the boat where they shouldn't be? Um, when he walks into the cabin of the boat, has it got a musty smell? Does it smell moldy? He's going to look for stains on upholstery inside the boat. Um, he's going to check the shore power. He's going to check to make sure the shore power is hooked up. He's going to make sure that it's the breaker's not tripped at the pedestal. He's going to make sure the breaker's not tripped on the main breaker's not tripped on the boat, and everything in the at the electrical panel is set to where it needs to be set. Um, he's going to check the, like we had talked about it a minute ago, but he's going to check the bonding system. He's going to look for corrosion. He's going to look for hot spots. You know, is there a bonding wire broke? Um, where is it broke? Right. He's going to check lines. He's going to check fenders. He's going to check fluid levels for you, because believe it or not, I've seen where boats don't get used and they'll leak oil, and they'll leak a quart or two or a gallon, depending on you know the motor you got. The other thing he's going to do is check the electronics. He's going to make sure everything's working as it should. He's going to test the AC system. He's going to turn it on, make sure it's pumping, make sure all that good kind of stuff's working. And then he's going to check, you know, is the Garmin still running good? Does it need updating? You know, um, he's going to check that kind of stuff for you. And these are just highlights, right? It's not a not all encompassing, because each boat is different. It's not glamorous work, but it can save you thousands of dollars over time. All right, so we talked about a lot of, you know, what they're going to help you with, what they're going to do. Um, Now I kind of want to talk about the protection you get, right? The first thing is weather protection, right? You're going to get somebody that's paying attention to your boat. And like I said, it doesn't have to be hurricanes around here. It can simply be just a regular, you know, we get daily thunderstorms here in the summer during the rainy season that can dump a couple inches of water in a short period of time. So you're gonna get somebody that can pay attention to that. Um, it can turn a storm come rolling through, and it can turn a canal or a marina into a rolling mess in a heartbeat. Um, if lines and fenders aren't checked regularly, you could end up with a very expensive case of dock crash, where you got to get, you know, some fiberglass repairs and gel coat repairs done. And a good fiberglass guy is not cheap. Um, Now, a good vessel manager is also going to include storm preparation and post storm check, right? You'd be surprised at how many boats made it through the hurricanes last year, Milton and Helene and Milton, and made it through just simply because somebody was paying attention to them. Ours, during Helene, we didn't have the wind, we had the storm surge, right? But I had enough line out and had it tied up side tie to where it could go up and down with the tide. And we got an 8 foot storm surge here. Nothing happened. I took all the biminis off. You can see it. I think I put some videos up where I took all the bimini stuff off. I took the covers off. I took the uh, all the seats that, you know, would come out of the boat. I took them off, put them down here in the cabin, and we let the storm ride out. Um, Milton, we got the wind, right? We didn't get storm surge, but we got the wind. Well, it did give me a little bit of dock crash, I ain't gonna lie. I had it tied up, but one of the fenders popped out of the way and got some dock crash, and it actually, the tide got really low in our canal, and when it came back up, it hit one of the nav lights and busted a nav light. So, but we got through it with we didn't have an insurance claim, and we got everything taken care of. And a good yacht manager is going to do that for you. He's not going to charge you extra to get your boat ready for a storm. Okay. Now he's also is going to help you develop a storm plan, right? A lot of insurance companies, especially on the bigger boats, a lot of insurance companies require a storm plan, and he can help you get that done. Um, a good professional yacht management company is also going to offer what I call concierge care. And this is my favorite part of a yacht management service. Think about it this way. You got guests, clients coming in, you want to take them out, you want to show them a good time, you want to entertain them, right? But you don't have time to get the boat ready yourself. Plus, you want to make sure the boat's ready to go when you're ready to go. You call your manager and tell them what you want, right? Say, hey, I got 6 people coming. I want to be able to take them out for the day. I need the boat set up to go. I need to make sure there's 6 life jackets on board or however many people are on board. I want to make sure the life jackets are there. I want to make sure all the stuff's there we need to have a good time. Make sure I got these toys on the boat. Um, that kind of stuff. Oh, coolers and beverages, right? So you call your yacht manager. He's going to go take care of all that. And then day comes for you to take your folks out. It's all there. You're ready to go. They'll even up to a good yacht manager will even provide up to a captain if you need a stewardess. They'll be able to help you out with that, right? Especially if you want to give your guests the attention they deserve and you don't want to have to worry about operating the boat, or if you want to, maybe have a few adult beverages, you got you got somebody professional operating the boat. Make sure you get where you're going and back safe. So, other than that, even if you're just going out with family, imagine showing up. Your boat's clean, it's fueled, the AC's running, everything's cooled off, the batteries are charged, the cooler is stocked, and all systems are ready, right? No prep, no stress. You just step aboard, throw your lines, and go have fun. All right. So we've talked about all that good stuff of what a yacht manager does. Let's talk about the money. All right. Um, if you factor the cost of your management service into your maintenance budget, it's going to save you money in the long run. And it'll save you a lot of headaches too. Um, we'll talk about pricing in a little bit, but the actual, how most yacht managers will charge a monthly fee, and that's, hey, I'm for this amount a month, I'm going to come by and check the boat every week, or I'm going to come by and check it every 2 weeks. And this is the list of things I will do while I'm there. Um, some of them have plans where, okay, you want just the basics. You want me to come by and make sure the boat's not sunk, bilge pumps are working, that kind of stuff. That's one price. You want me to start getting more involved, then okay, it's this price per month. And most guys will charge just a flat rate for that. If you start getting into them doing preventative maintenance and stuff like that, they'll either quote you a flat rate or an hourly rate. But I guarantee it's going to be a lot less than a marina or a mobile mechanic coming by to do it. Here's how it's really going to save you money. The preventative maintenance is going to reduce major failures, right? You can't prevent them all. Sometimes things just happen. But the couple hundred that you spend for a yacht manager every month to do a weekly inspection and even PMs can save you replacing or rebuilding an engine, transmission, generator, um, having issues with your fuel, that kind of stuff. Your resale value, okay? Because you've got somebody professionally managing your boat and taking care of the maintenance and looking after the boat, it's going to be documented. And when you go to sell that vessel and you give a prospective buyer all the maintenance history on that and they see all the stuff that's been done, it gives them peace of mind. It makes the boat worth more. And surveyors will look at this as well and take that into account. Okay, because the condition, when you get into used boats, it can be a 20-year-old boat and the prices will vary widely, and it's all going to be based on condition and maintenance. Okay. Um, Fuel efficiency is going to improve. Okay. Because you're constantly, taking care of the boat. You got somebody professionally taking care of the boat. You got clean fuel filters. You got a clean bottom. You're going to, if you're like our boat, I'm burning usually at cruising speed 20, 22 knots. I'm burning about 28 gallons an hour. Okay. Um, Props are in good shape. Bottom's clean. The engines are running great. They're not missing. All of a sudden, now you're only burning 27.5 gallons per hour. That can make a big difference over the lifespan of you owning the boat, and just in a trip, a day trip. Could a half a gallon per hour could mean a couple $100, right? It could more than pay for that month of service for the yacht manager. Um, you you prevent catastrophic issues like sinking or major. You 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 tend to prevent those. Um, One of the nice things you do when you have a yacht manager is you get the leverage of their buying power. Okay, you're going to when you go to buy oil to do the oil change. If you got a couple of diesels that take 6 gallons apiece, well, you need 15 gallons worth of oil because you can buy it in 5 gallon buckets, or you're going to buy a couple of gallons maybe. But anyway, um, they're dealing with not just your boat, but they're dealing with say 10 boats. Okay, so when they go to get oil, one, they know where they can get it at a good price, and number two, they usually get a discount because they're buying in quantity. So you can take advantage of that kind of stuff. Also, when they're dealing with vendors, they know that guy is, taking care of them and getting them work. They'll cut a little slack. Plus, they build relationships with those vendors, and they can usually get him to break free to come do something if it needs to be done quickly. Um, and the other thing you do is if you do travel in your boat, you like us, you go take it on trips. Um, you tend to avoid those costly repairs made away from your home dock, right? Because when you get somewhere else that they don't know you and you don't know them, and they're only going to see you one time, you don't know if the what the quality of work is. You're stressed because you got to get it fixed to get back home, and you need to know that if you can avoid that at all possible. So you'll avoid the costly repairs that you know you have to make while you're away from home. Um, let's talk about who benefits the most from a yacht management company. Um, and should you consider one? Okay, I'm gonna start with most likely to need one or should get one to maybe you don't. Okay, um, if you have a corporate owned vessel, let's say you and some of your buddies formed an LLC, or you own a company and you bought the boat for company purposes, um, definitely you want to get a yacht management company. Um, that way you don't have to hire. I mean, some I've worked for companies that had vessels. They also had airplanes, and you spend a lot of money hiring a full time captain. You spend a lot of money hiring a full time pilot if you got an airplane. But this way, a yacht management company can come in, take care of all that little stuff. You don't have the expense of a full time captain, right? Plus, you can get usually the same captain over and over if you want. Um, so if you own a corporate owned vessel, I definitely would get a yacht management service company. If you're like a lot of folks down here that are part time residents, you're only down here during the winter months. Uh, I would definitely consider getting a yacht management company if you've got a boat that's even sitting on a lift. Okay, just maybe you don't need a bunch of stuff, but you need the basics. You need somebody coming by to check on it, right? Just to make sure if it's in the water, it's still floating. Make sure the batteries are up. Make sure everything's still working. You just, the basic stuff. Maybe you don't want them to take care of the preventive maintenance stuff because you don't use it that much. Or when you come down, you take care of it. It's still worth having somebody come by once a week, every 2 weeks to get somebody to look at it. If you are a executive level professional, okay, and I spent my time in the transportation industry as an executive, and I know what it's like to travel every week. Um, I know what it's like to be the Hilton Diamond member. I know what it's like to be Delta, Platinum, all that stuff. So you don't have a lot of time when you're out making money, right? And if you're like me, you bought the boat because you want to enjoy your downtime. You get very little of it. You don't want to spend it working on a boat or worrying about it. Okay. Definitely worth the price to get somebody to come look at it. New boat owners. You don't, if you're a new boat owner, you've never owned a boat before, you want to learn the ropes, hire a yacht management company, somebody that, or even a captain that's going to show you how to operate the boat. They're going to show you how to navigate it, right? They're going to show you how to dock it. They're going to show you how to get it off the dock, um, so that you can avoid a lot of the what I call newbie mistakes that people make when they get a boat. Um, even if it's just a 21-foot deck boat, I can't tell you how many times people go out to somewhere to sandbar, and the next thing you know, they've run aground. Okay, because they just don't know. They don't know the area. They don't know the waters. They don't know how to navigate around other boats. They don't know how to control it properly. Yacht management service with a captain or somebody like that can help you get that done. All right, guys. So we've talked about what a yacht management service company is, what a yacht manager does, some of the things they can help you with, some of the things that they can't help you with. Um, but I want to right now share something with you that's I've been sitting on for and mulling over for quite a while. Um, After years of owning boats, captaining boats, um, helping my friends that have boats, um, just helping other boat owners, um, you know, whether it be I give them a jump out on the water because I carry a jump pack with me, because they played the radio all day and the batteries were weak. Um, just helping folks and seeing folks waste money on boats because they just didn't have the right support or didn't have the right knowledge. Um, we are officially launching our own yacht management services company called Salty Hoosier Mariner Services. So, and we're building this from scratch. I'm building it on everything I've learned, my years of experience out on the water. Um, and we're going to base it on basically four key components. One is reliability. If you call me and I tell you I'm going to be somewhere, I'll be there when I say I'm going to be there. Number two, we're going to do preventative care. I will either do the work myself or get the right professional to do it for you. And I'll manage it for you at a fair price. Okay. Communication. I will update you every time that I am at the boat. I will take video. I will take photos and I'll let you know what's going on with your boat. Okay. Um, One of the biggest things that we are basing this on, and I've done it my whole life, is being honest with people, right? I'm not going to overpromise you. I'm not going to underdeliver you. If I can't do it, I'll just tell you I can't do it. Or if sometimes you got to have hard conversations with folks. And I can tell you, if you want to, if you're looking to buy a boat, you hire me to help you go look for a boat. I'm going to tell you, you're going to fall in love with the boat. You're going to be emotionally attached to the boat. Man, that's the perfect boat. Well, I'm going to come in behind you and bring you into reality sometimes. I'm either going to say, yeah, this is a great boat, or I'm going to say, you need to walk away from this boat. There's others. That kind of stuff. So, some of the services we're going to offer, like I said, we're going to offer, yacht management services. We're going to offer PM services. We're going to offer captain services. I am a licensed Coast Guard captain. Got a 50-ton master's license right now, working on my 100. I am in a drug consortium, so if you need somebody for charters, I'll be able to do that for you. If you need a chart, you want to go down to the Keys, but you don't want to take the boat. I'll take it down there for you, drop it off for you, get it ready for you down there. You fly in, step on the boat, enjoy it. Delivery services. If you need a captain for deliveries, I can do that. You need to get it moved to a yard so you can get it hauled out. I'll be glad to do that for you. Training. If you're new to boating, if you're new to Tampa, I had a steep learning curve coming down here to Tampa Bay, because you can be a quarter mile offshore and in the bay and be in 4 feet of water. Okay, you got to take some knowledge around here. You don't want to just go out there and start ripping down the bay. So we can show you how to navigate. We can show you how to handle the boat. Upgrade planning. This is one of the things that I really enjoy doing. If you want to upgrade systems on your boat, I'll help you plan to do it. Okay, we'll do the research to find, okay, what's the best system out there that's within your budget, right? Because everybody's got a budget. You know, everybody wants the B&G radar, but depending on what you use the boat for, the Garmin HD3 might just be fine, right? And fit your budget a little better. If you need, you want to update the stereo system on the boat, I can help you plan it. We can help either do it ourselves, depending on how complicated it is, or we can find a professional that'll help you do it. Okay. And finally, the best service that I intend on providing is helping other owners truly enjoy their boat and the time they are out on the water. Okay. So, with that being said, if you are in the Tampa Bay area, St. Pete, Apollo Beach, Palmetto, Bradenton, all the way down to Sarasota, and you want to do business with someone that's going to treat your boat like it's theirs, okay, and treat your money like it's theirs, I'd love to talk to you and help you develop a plan that's going to be beneficial and take care of your vessel. All right, so everything we talked about, if you got any questions, you want to get on the schedule, you can reach out to me by emailing me at captaindaveb@gmail.com. You can go to our Facebook page, contact me there. The Facebook page is Salty Hoosiers. Once again, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you'll hit the like, subscribe button, and thanks for being a part of this new journey. And most importantly, I want you all to be safe, enjoy your boat, and stay salty.